Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers and sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. I'm going to do a quick video on the Sabbath because you know that we're instructed to keep the Sabbath. It's a lot of new Israelites waking up and things like this. They want to have questions on it. They're going to want clarity. And in this video, I'm going to bring out some precepts to give some more clarity to the topic, because there's a bunch of different camps. Some people say keep the Saturday Sabbath. You know, I'm going to explain why that isn't so using the scriptures today. And with that being said, man, let's get into it. The first scripture I want to bring out is Isaiah 66 and verse 23. It says, "And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another." Now, when you read the scriptures, a lot of times it'll reiterate things in the same verse. Here it's saying from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another. It's equating them as the same thing, that the new moon represents the Sabbath. And we're going to continue to prove that with the more precepts that we bring out. But let's read from the top, Isaiah 66 and 23. It says, "And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord." Now, you know the new moon isn't talking about something separate than the Sabbath. Because if that was the case, you know, it would be like we have to celebrate, we have to keep the new moon and the Sabbath. No, it's equating it because it's the same thing. The new moon initiates the Sabbath and the beginning of a new month. When you look into that word, month, the root word goes back to moon. Go look it up. You can go etymology.com, Etym online. I think that's what it is. I'll put the link in the description. I might even put the screenshot on the screen. And that's what the word month even goes back to. Because you got to take into account the calendar and the months and the time that we have now. The calendar that we go by in today's time is not what the Israelites, what our forefathers, what our nation of people. This isn't how they kept the months and the days and all that. This is something that's new. This isn't how they told the times, how they had the sun. They judged it by the new moon. And to back that up, let me go to Genesis 1, the 14th verse. You go to Genesis 1 and 14. Forefathers told the times and what the Lord gave us to discern the times for seasons and all those things. Let's read Genesis 1 and 14. "And God said, let there be light to divide the day from the night, the sun and the moon, and the stars, of course. And let them be signs, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, Sabbaths, and for years." Okay? So that's how we discern the times. The calendar today isn't dictated by the signs of the heavens. The Gregorian calendar that we go by today is not what our forefathers went by. So that's not how we tell the Sabbath. Okay? Let me get back to... So, we're going to continue to prove that the new moon initiates the beginning of the new month. And that in that day, the entire month is a Sabbath until the next new moon appears. Okay? Let me go take you guys to go to Ezekiel 46 chapter. Let me find the verse I'm looking for real quick. So this is Ezekiel 46 and verse 3. Okay? There you go. Okay. It's Ezekiel 46 and verse 3. It says, "Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Lord in the Sabbaths and in the new moons." It's doing it again. It's equating it to being the same thing, okay? Next precept that I want to bring out is Amos. And like I said, I'm not gonna keep you long. Okay, this is Amos 8 and verse 5. Okay, it says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, is equating to the same thing once again, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. So buying and selling. When are we going to be able to sell? Because the new moon is gone. Meaning that the new moon is a representation of the Sabbath. The new moon is present, and that's how you know the Sabbath is also present. They're synonymous. The Lord gave us the new moon to equate, oh, it's the Sabbath. So we can't buy or sell. We can't be, sleeping, plowing our woman. We can't be, you know what I mean? Shouldn't be leaving, being out and about. We should be in our homes, we should be in our own land. And this is the day of rest for us. That's how our forefathers discerned when the Sabbath was. That's how the scriptures instruct us to discern when the Sabbath is. It's not Saturday sundown or Friday, Saturday, whatever they do. It's not that. You know what I mean? You don't go by that. We're instructed to go by the new moon. And it's not hard to find out when the new moon is. This is the age of information. This is the time of knowledge being increased. Like Daniel, the 12th chapter in verse 4 says. You can go on Google and find out when the new moon is. The elder also posts when the new moon is on his page. I'll put the link in the description. You can go on your app store. Everybody has a cell phone. Type in new moon in the app store. It'll give you an app where it tells you when the new moon is for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? It's not something that's difficult to keep. It's not something that's difficult to observe. And it's something that you should be doing, man. It's something that we're supposed to be coming out of the world's ways and stepping into the Most High's ways. So if you can keep the Sabbath to the best of your ability, because, we understand that, some people have to work when the Sabbath comes in, and the Sabbath doesn't always come in on the same day every month. So, you can't, if you got to work in this place, then, the Most High be understanding, but okay, but that's the work, you know what I mean? Gotta understand that we're still in captivity. So we're not able to keep the law perfect. We're supposed to strive to the best of our abilities to keep the ways of the Most High. But it's understood that we can't keep it perfect here. There are certain laws you simply can't keep in this place. For Passover, you're supposed to have an unblemished lamb. You know what I mean? How many Israelites in our captivity, even have land or farm with livestock or things like that? You can't keep all the laws perfect. But we're supposed to strive to the best of our ability, to the furthest extent that you can. You're supposed to try to keep the law to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? Using wisdom, of course. But with that said, that's how our forefathers discerned the Sabbath. The Sabbath is dictated and determined by the new moon. So when that new moon comes in, that day, for the rest of the month until the next new moon comes, is the Sabbath. Okay. So with that being said, man, I want to give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the true leaders of Yasharala. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and sisters who are pushing this truth and pursuing it in sincerity. Shalom.